Love chatting about spiritual awakening? Want to learn more about connecting with source energy and allowing the universe to act on your behalf? Well, grab a beverage and welcome in the weekend with Lindsay every Friday from 7 to 8 p.m. on her show, Card Pulls and Coffee, as she channels messages from the divine realm or chats with a guest. Lindsay is a mindset coach, intuitive channel, and energy clearing practitioner. If you're feeling stagnant, overwhelmed, or full of self-doubt, Lindsay will guide you to come back to remembering who you really are. Join Lindsay here on WLFE DB Radio.
Hello. Welcome to the show tonight, everyone. Happy Friday. It has been a while since I've been on, so thank you for hanging out with me tonight. Today we're going to talk all about manifestation. It's one of my absolute favorite topics. I love it. I've always found it very fascinating, and I feel like my soul found it fascinating before I even knew that it was a thing. So let me just take a step back really quick, introduce myself, just in case you don't know who I am. My name is Lindsay Amico. I'm a mindset coach and the founder of Picture Perfect Mind. And I do all sorts of really cool things. I am a spiral practitioner, which is an energy healing process. I am a mindset coach. So we get all into the inner dialogues, the stories, the things that have happened to ourselves throughout our lives, the trauma, the protection mechanisms we've taken on. And actually, that internal dialogue is typically one or both of our parents. Sorry, mom and dad, but y'all did your best, but sometimes you come up as our inner critic and all of a sudden we're like, why do I feel like crap right now? Oh yeah, I'm connecting to my inner dialogue that is saying you should do this or you should do that, or this isn't good enough, or you're going to be unsafe if you take the wrong step. So that's something I go through with everyone. I'm also in love with meditations and really just motivational processes that get you into a state of alignment and generating emotions that you want to feel, which is a huge part of what we're going to be talking about tonight. So if you're interested in how to manifest and how to really bring things into this physical reality that you don't yet have, stick around. I'm also doing card pulls. So I am intuitive. I connect with source, universe, God, spirit, angels, really passed on loved ones, whatever you want to refer to it as. My husband, Josh, likes to refer to it as the Force. Who doesn't like Star Wars, honestly? It's a great reference. So that's what I tune into, and then I just receive the messages that we're meant to receive. So if you want to ask me a question that's specific to something you have in mind, or if it's just general, if you're like, just pull me a card, I'm happy to do that. I keep a list. I keep an ongoing list for my crew, and then I'm just going to hop on Facebook and make sure I'm not missing any comments, because sometimes StreamYard gets a little wacky. Oops. I just did some reading, so I'm feeling a touch tired. I actually probably could have went with the coffee, the literal coffee tonight, but I did not. Probably should have. Okay, want to see my profile. Okay, perfect. I'm live. Great. Let me know if you're on. Let me know if you want a card pull along the way. So, along the way, yeah. Let's put the banner on the bottom so I can start to talk about manifestation. Manifestation. Okay. I've manifested a lot of things in my life. And guess what? You have too. So, if you think you're fabulous at manifestation, if you think that you're crap at manifestation. Like you're like, I want to manifest all of these things in my life and I don't see them coming through and I have no idea what's going wrong. It's an ego lie that somehow we are good or bad at law of attraction and manifestation. The bottom line is law of attraction is a law. Law of attraction is one of the laws of the universe. So it's simply impossible to be good or bad at manifestation. It's just a matter of awareness. It's a matter of seeing what is currently present in your reality, in your energy field, in your vibration, and of course in your physical reality. But everything, all of the work, whether we're talking about mindset, whether we're talking about inner child healing, whether we're talking about energy healing, everything is the same. Physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, energetic. Everything flows together, but unless you can create the change from within, nothing is going to change in your external reality. So if you go to a motivational speaker webinar, like let's say you go to like a Tony Robbins workshop, right, for a weekend, and you take in all of that and it's like amazing and it's this amazing energy and this vibe and you get all this positive like energy and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to go out into the world and I'm going to change the world and I'm going to start my business and I'm going to do all this stuff and it's going to be amazing. And you get on that high and then you come home and your internal stuff looks like, well, that's not for me. I'm not good enough at that. I don't know how to do that. Everyone else is doing that already, so why would anyone listen to me? Social media is effed. Nobody's going to see my stuff. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Like, I'm not good enough, so why would I go and do that? All of the stuff that you just took in, that high vibe energy of the retreat that you went to, is not going to be translated into reality because your internal vibration isn't doing so hot right now. It has nothing to do with you as an individual. It's simply that it's something that's been playing for a long time. It's protection mechanisms that replay in our brain over and over and over again because that is how our neural pathways work. So we're always like, you know what? I just need this thing to come through and then everything's going to be great. My life is going to be so much less stressful. I'm going to be so much happier. Like I'm going to have this brand new car. I'm going to have this new job that feels amazing to me. I'm going to have the person in my life that's going to make me feel so wonderful, the family that I want, the house that I want. And I'm not putting any of those things down because as a human being, you're always going to desire and want and bring in this good juicy stuff into your life. That's a part of the play. That's a part of the process while we're here. It's amazing and you should bring those things in. But the disconnect is when we think those things that we're bringing in are going to make us feel a certain way. We're then going to be happy. We're then going to love our lives and we're going to feel a sense of fulfillment and we're going to be all good from there. It's destination happiness to a T, right? And I've totally done this. I still do this. And it's common. It's something we've learned probably from the youngest age possible. You know, it's like when we got the ice cream or we got the toy. It's not a bad thing to desire. The only problem that comes in is when we say now is not good enough without the desire. When you feel feelings of resistance, shame for wanting the desire, guilt for desiring something, saying that you're not good enough to have something. When you're comparing yourself to others for having the thing that you want and saying, well, what's going wrong with my life? How am I not deserving of this thing? How am I unworthy of receiving this, right? So what I want to talk about is how do we begin to more effortlessly manifest in our lives without getting stuck in the stories, stuck in the dialogue of this isn't going to happen for me, nothing ever happens for me, it happens for someone else, or I can figure everything else out, but the one part that I can't figure out is this. The one part that's never going to work out is relationships, or is money, or is my living situation, or is my job because I've never figured that out, or I'm never going to pay off my student loans. Insert your story here. And as you're hopping on, say hi. Let me know if you're watching. I'm actually going to share this to my Rock Your Fear group too. So say hi and let me know if you want a card pull. So it's the stories that are so natural to so many of us because they are a protection mechanism. They were installed from a super young age, potentially from a parental figure or a significant figure in our life, or they're a generational story that's been passed down that is quite possibly embedded in our DNA. Is this something that sounds familiar to you? Let me know. I have things around hoarding, like getting rid of stuff is really significant for me. It's like this, oh my gosh, what if I need this? What if this comes back up and I realize I got rid of it? What if I really need it one day? It's that fear that comes in. Or money. Maybe your ancestors or your grandparents or your parental figures, there were issues with money. Maybe you have trauma around that. Maybe you saw unhealthy relationship patterns play out in your life. None of these things, or even maybe none of it is rational. It's all on an energetic level, which is why processes like the spiral are so transformational, because it helps us to identify what has settled into our chakra system without us even knowing it. The bottom line is, it's very easy to say, I haven't figured this out yet, so something is wrong with me. Something is not right with me. Why haven't I figured this out? What do I need? What do I need to know? What do I need to learn? What do I need to decipher? What's the magic formula here? What do I need to know? Ooh. What do I need? Melody, no, I could not see your comments. Now she's off. I don't understand why. Melody, I can see your comments now. I just have my phone on to the side if you're still on. They don't translate to StreamYard anymore, which is something that they used to do, and it was amazing because I could just post all my comments. So the bottom line is, these things are not about us. And we live in a world that basically says, oh, you haven't figured that out yet? It's because you're not doing something right. It's because of your willpower. It's because you don't have the right mindset. It's because you don't have the right process. It's because you don't know enough. It's because you're not really working hard enough. You don't want it enough. Oh, good. Okay, I see you. Yay. Yeah, StreamYard is bumming me out. It's been doing that for weeks for me, where I can't see comments. So I think I'm just going to have to reach out to them. Well, weeks prior to when I took a break. So I took some vacations, some trips with fam. So also, Melody, that's so exciting that your babe is about to be discharged. Sending you a hug. That's amazing. So happy for you guys. So, and let me know if you want a card. And actually, I want to pull a card for the collective. collective card. So basically we tell ourselves that we're not good enough. We tell ourselves, and that's like the self-esteem thing that comes in. I haven't figured it out. Therefore, I'm not good enough. Therefore, it's something to do with me and I'm doing something wrong. And then it's the self-doubt and the inner critic and the lower vibrations and the internal conflict and the berating. And this is why many people never really pursue their dreams or can fully express themselves and live the life that they truly want to live, because we're so busy conforming to other people's ideas, other people's notions, or the internal critic, the internal ego. We're so busy living our lives by other people's standards that we don't actually get to manifest what we want. And it's not that we are unworthy. It's not that we're doing anything wrong. It's just we're stuck in society, right? We're stuck in the shoulds. We're stuck in the fear. We're stuck in the news cycle, or we're stuck in how we were raised. We're stuck in the facts that really aren't facts that we've chosen for our lives, instead of deciding to choose something new for us that aligns fully for us. Because at any moment, at any point, at any time throughout our lives, no matter what age we are, we can make the decision to step into the reality that we truly desire. It's just that many of us can't even get to that point of recognition because we can't even see it. Hi, Carla. Let me know when you're on and I can pull you a card. Okay, we got 2 for the collective. That was really weird that I just mentioned time, because we got TikTok, but we got it in reverse, and we got Treasure Island in reverse. So let's see. Okay, Melody, of course, I'll do a card pull for you. Okay, so for the collective, and today we're just talking about manifestation in general. Ooh, a comment came up over here. Hi, Jeff. Oh my gosh. Okay, the comments are not coming through from my personal page. Jeff is probably coming from WLFEDB. So that's good. That's coming through. Okay. So I'm going to read the protection messages for both of these cards. So for Treasure Island, poverty consciousness and a sense of not enough cast a shadow on your path. So it's not your fault. Once again, I'll continue to reiterate that. It's probably something that you've picked up from generations past, something from your parents, or there's so much embedded in our DNA from 7 generations before us that we don't really know what's going on. So if you have poverty consciousness, it could be society. It could be maybe the pandemic created a huge job shift for you. So have compassion for yourself wherever you are right now. You're not doing anything wrong. These ideas and core beliefs come at a high cost. Do you really want to proclaim yourself a victim of disappointment and failed expectations? Are you avoiding success because you will grow so tall that others will want to cut you down? It's like that tall poppy syndrome. It's like, if I'm actually able to be seen in my fullest self and I'm in my fullest essence of self, what if people don't like it? What if I'm too out there? What if I'm too weird? What if I don't align anywhere and then I'm rejected and I'm no longer in the tribe? Or is it possible you're caught in a fear that you will lose what you have acquired? So you hold on so tight you miss the opportunities to expand. You are challenged to change the way you see the world and move from a perception of limitations to a perception of abundance. Take a risk, for you have nothing to lose except your confinement in a prison of your own making. Open the door and find the abundance waiting for you to claim it. So I'll give you a personal story. Feel free to share if this resonates or not with you. Of course, first of all, I'm so lucky throughout this whole pandemic, but it hasn't been without its challenges. I went into my business about 6 to 7 months prior to the pandemic. I went in full time. And so really the majority of the full timeness in my coaching business has been during the pandemic. And then my husband runs a music venue, for those of you that don't know. And so he has really had to pivot. He started a new production company, but he has not worked at Ironworks for about a year now and hasn't been able to get his paycheck from there. So we've been in this very interesting position where both of us are hustling to build our businesses and to do what we love, but we haven't really, we've been taken care of the entire time, which is absolutely amazing. But we haven't really, like, on paper, you wouldn't be like, they're doing great, but everything is great. Like, I know that might sound naive, but like, we're always taken care of. We have a roof over our heads. We have food on the table. We can pay our bills. Like, we have family, we have friends. Like, at every turn, we are taken care of. And I have to tell you, money is probably one of the biggest things that I personally am always trying to figure out, because other things have effortlessly manifested in my life, or more effortlessly at least. And money is one of those things that's like, I've done money work. I've done a ton of healing around money. I've done the spiral multiple times around money. There's deep self-esteem and money stories and worthiness stories embedded in many of us, including myself. And what I did yesterday was I had a full-on conversation with money, and I talked to money. This probably sounds crazy. I'm just putting it out there, but I talked to money like it was a person. Like, I talked to money like it was a significant other in my life. And I asked money, like, what do you need from me? What do you want? What do you need to come around more often? Do you want to be shared more? Do you want me to pay more attention to you? Because money is an energy. And just like you would pay attention to a significant other, if you're not looking at money, if you have limiting belief stories around money, if you have fear, if you have scarcity, if you don't believe you are worthy of money, that is what you will get back. So the more you ignore it, the more that that connection can't be as free flowing. But the universe is abundant. So we have these stories. It's like this insaneness about being a human on this planet, right? Hi, Mary Beth. So funny that you don't have Moosey in your name anymore, on your Facebook name. If anyone wants, here's the thing. If you want me to be able to share your comments up on here, go to the WLFEDB Facebook page, and you should be able to view this from there. And then I should be able to feature, because I believe Jeff was on that page. Because for some reason on my personal page, I can't feature your beautiful comments. But once I did that, some really, really cool things came through, like things we've been waiting for a really long time. So it sounds kind of silly on paper to be like, hey, money, what's up? But you have to find what works for you. It's like when people talk about the universe having their back, or the universe being their sugar daddy, or it's the perspective that makes sense to you. For my husband, it's the force, right? If it's angels, that's for you. If it's everything, that's for you. If it's like, for me, I work with a lot of different things, and I just see what works for me on a day-to-day basis. But hi, Lori. Everyone's joining, yay. But if you're doing something that's like you're hitting up against a wall and you're like, this doesn't make sense. I don't like law of attraction. This doesn't work for me. Oh, and I want to talk more about different ways that we manifest. Yay, Melody! I can feature you. I love it. So yeah, if anyone wants me to put your comments up, go on the WLFE DB Facebook page, and that will be so much easier for me. Let me know if you want a card pull. So far, I have Melody, so I will definitely do that. I've pulled some cards for the collective, and I'm just kind of riffing off of that because those are the messages we are intended to receive today. Treat money as your lover, as your husband, wife, friend. How would you treat your parent or your sister or your brother? How would you treat that person in your life? Would you ignore them? Would you not look at them or talk to them? Would you think that they're never going to come around? Would you not trust them? Would you not trust yourself with them? These are the vibrations and the things that are within us that are blocking everything from coming to us. Because if the universe is abundant, which it is, and anything can come through at any time, the only reason things aren't coming through that instant is because there's just some kind of vibrational difference. And once again, not our fault. Not our fault that we have limiting belief stories and we're in this world and we're playing and we're figuring things out. It's just, it is what it is. And the second you can find, oh, okay, I'm not really feeling good there. I need to shift that to meet that vibration. That's when the magic can happen. So let me know if you are feeling a little more in a poverty consciousness as of late or a lack mentality, because that came up for the collective. Let me know if you would like a card. Okay, so we got TikTok reverse, which to me also is referring to the limiting human belief story that time is running out, which it's not, but it's so common. I mean, it was embedded in us to figure out what we were going to do for the rest of our lives post high school and to be like, I'm going to go to college for this. And we were just supposed to know somehow. And we were supposed to do that for the rest of our lives. I don't know. Just seems like that doesn't really work for most people. Okay. Yay, Carla. Okay. Protection message for TikTok. Have you been feeling as if the clock is ticking and gotten a little nervous? Your dreams are taking too long to manifest. Talking about manifestation. Are you listening to me talking about some of this and saying, yeah, I know that, but I can't really figure that out, or it's too late for me. Like, I've been trying to figure this out for years and it's just never going to happen. Is anyone feeling that way? Are you feeling like you're behind on something? If you're not, that's kind of weird, to be honest, because I feel like I feel this on a regular basis. Hi, Jeff. Okay, so you will never run out of time for the important things. Time is a construct. Time is not real. The miracles that are yours and yours alone can't be missed. Isn't that amazing? You're in capable hands with guides and angels hovering in the invisible spaces, ensuring that your journey will be filled with all sorts of goodies. Let your anxiety be gently dispelled by your faith. Spirit will never deny you your highest good. All is yours in divine, appropriate timing, so you can relax. So take a breath into that for a second. Hold at the top if you're feeling super stressed or just like you want to wash that week away. Anything that is for you will not pass you by. Anything that is yours cannot be taken from you. Anything that has not come about yet. Yes, we can talk about how to get the vibe more aligned for your thing to manifest. Of course, that's why I want to talk about this. But it's also like, If you relax into it and trust it will come through when it's meant to come through, you don't need to worry about anything else. You don't need to constantly be questioning, just that's what the mind does. That's the mind's job. That's the mind's job to be like, there's a problem. I have to project into the future. I have to project into the past, and I can't be present. That's why mindfulness is so transformational with this. I love teaching people mindfulness because it's like when we can fully embrace the moment and drop in, we can just be here. Everything is as it should be. So I think I'm going to go to a commercial break quickly. Then I'll do Melindy's card pull, and then we'll keep talking about manifestation. Let me know if you would like a card tonight, and I will be right back.
WLFE-DB.com, where you can find vodcast shows, podcasts, and more. So go check out WLFE-DB.com, where talk radio is a whole lot better. Our shows are your shows, and that there makes for a great talk radio.
WLFE-DB Radio is on Spotify with all its great shows like Across the Pond, Inside the Drag Closet, Step into the Paranormal, Just Cindy, Where's My Sage, Unfiltered Talks with Bryce, Metal Mayhem ROC, Paratalk Radio, Real Talk with Dom, and more. So download the Spotify app today to stay connected to all your WLFE-DB radio shows.
Join us at WLFE-DB.com for upcoming shows and so much more. Like and follow us on Facebook at WLFE-DB Radio.
Well, hello there, kids. Have you started watching Inside the Drag Closet, the interactive vodcast where we talk about all things drag and some things that aren't? Well, you should. You can join us every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on WLFE-DB Radio. We hope to see you then. See you, kids!
Hey guys and dolls, this is Casey DeVille, the better half of DeVille Inc., Baltimore, Maryland. If you're ever in Baltimore, stop in and see me and Tony. Invisible Brie, 5920 Eastern Avenue, Baltimore, Maryland, 21224. Give us a call if you're in the area at 410-400-9641, or look us up on the web at DeVilleInc.com. DeVille Inc., where we specialize in you.
Merch? Did someone say merch? Oh, yeah. Life just got sweeter now that WLFE-DB has merchandise. Show your support by purchasing your t-shirts for WLFE, Paratalk Radio, Inside the Drag Closet, and more. But it doesn't stop there. T-shirts, coffee mugs, tanks, buttons, cloth bags, and more. Go to WLFE-DB.com. On the top bar, click on the merchandise tab and bam, there you go.
You're listening to WLFE-DB Radio. Now back to our program.
Hello. Back with card pulls and coffee. Getting into some of the card pulls tonight. I'll do Melody first, then I will do Carla, then I will do Lori, and then Mary Beth. So if you would like one, just let me know. I can feature the comments on the WLFE DB Facebook page, meaning when I say feature, I can do this. I can still see your comments on my personal page. I just can't feature them like this. So if you request a card pull on my personal page, that's totally fine. I'll just have to look down. So I'll be checking there as well. So we'll do Melody first. And the one thing that I just really want to say about manifestation before I do this is lately I've just been totally loving on the present moment, and anything that is, this is just how I'm feeling lately, and I'm just tuning into my intuition on this. Anything that is not of the present moment and anything that brings me any type of anxiety or uncertainty or unknowing, I just haven't really been focusing on it. And I've been tuning back to the present moment and noticing everything that is present right now that I am absolutely loving. And that is, anyone can do this at any time. There's a 5 senses exercise that I love, and it's like 5 things you see, 4 things you can feel, like the clothing on your back, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, 1 thing you can taste. And if you can't taste anything right now, you just think of 1 thing you love about yourself. But that's an example of, take a look around you and really see what is going on right now, because we are so up in our heads all the time that we really can't see what's right in front of us. We can't see the prosperity and abundance and the gratitude and the joy and the magnificence, because we're so busy trying to solve problems. And have compassion for whatever problems you're trying to solve. It doesn't mean those don't exist. It just means that you might not even be seeing the solution. The more I am in the present moment and the more that I find joy here, the happier that I am. So I just really highly recommend it. Ooh, another thing I want to say, sorry, Melody, you're probably like, card pull, please. I uploaded podcast episodes to the Picture Perfect Mind podcast. It's on Spotify and Apple Podcasts every single day this week, and 2 days last week. Totally free, about 10 minutes each, and each one has a card pull. So I would love to keep it up like that. I don't think I have the stamina, honestly, to do one every day for the end of time. But definitely listen to those. Let me know what you think. If you have the time, write a review on the podcast. That would really help me out. But I have so much to talk about and so much to say. And yeah, that just brings me so much joy. And the intention for those podcasts is for you to be able to listen to them in the morning. Maybe you're driving to work if you do that, or maybe you're taking a walk around your block, or maybe you're sitting with your cup of tea or coffee in the morning, and to set a transmission for you, to hit a transmission for you that just feels so good, that just feels like this is where I want to be today. And it's whatever emotion that you choose. But that's the whole other thing. It's like identifying how you want to feel and then activating that into your day. Okay, so Melody. So that's another thing I wanted to share. All the things. I haven't been feeling social media as much lately. So that's something I'm paying attention to as well. And I think a lot of people are kind of feeling that way. But I've just been kind of bringing awareness to that to see, okay, is that ego? Is that inner critic? Or is that intuition where it's like, you're not really supposed to be in this exact space right now? I'm kind of just regrounding back to zero, really coming back to a space of neutrality and coming back to intuition so I can figure out what's right for me moving forward instead of taking in all the things. So we have regeneration for Melody. I kind of feel like I want to pull one from each deck. Let's get fancy. say hi if you're hopping on. Okay. So we have Sacred Plan for Melody. We have Focus, and we have Focus in reverse, actually. We have Regeneration in reverse, which might mean there's a cycle or a death, not a physical death, like a death of something that's ready to leave your life that you might be resisting. And then we have Abundance, which literally, this like looks like you to me. So it's like there's a sacred plan for you, of course. You're kind of resisting something and needing to focus somewhere. And there's just so much abundance that's waiting. But it's like through that kind of resistance and something that we're holding on to, and it might not even be consciously. It's like that. It's like what we're talking about. It's like that abundance might not be able to come through as easily because something needs to be cleared. And that could even just be like clearing physical clutter. Oh, by the way, people, I think I'm only staying on till 6 tonight because my friend is having something at her house. So, okay, so regeneration reverse. Endings come in many forms. Now is the time to stop holding on to what must pass, so that something better can take its place. Nature's cycles include disease, decay, death, and regeneration. Let whatever isn't working in your life die. Don't be afraid to face the facts. Whatever your query, just let it go. You're about to be reborn here. You're about to be amplified. This is a part of the sacred plans. Maybe you're sentimental about letting something go. I went through my whole office today and yesterday, and it's not quite there, but it's just, it feels so good to stop holding on to the things that it's like, why am I holding on to this? All these fear stories just have us gripping it so tightly. And it's like, what is the purpose of this? Is it connected to love? Is it connected to how I want to live my life right now? Probably not. That's just how I'm feeling. Oh my gosh, my cat's going to start meowing. She agrees with that. Annie. Okay. So you're feeling a little scattered right now, which is probably normal because you have a newborn baby that you're about to bring home. So what can you focus on that feels good? Focus on the simplicity, focus on taking care of you, focus on taking care of the baby. Allow anything that just doesn't serve you, that's not in your realm right now, to just fall away if you can. Don't sweat the small stuff. Take advantage of this time of abundance. It's all around you. Possibility and opportunity are everywhere for you. You are open and responsive to the abundance around you. There is enough for everyone. I am abundant and I am surrounded by opportunity. That is your mantra. I am abundant and I am surrounded by opportunity. And anything you're just afraid to let go of, just let it go. Hey, mama. And I'm going to read Sacred Plan for you. Okay. Let's see. So this is more about free will, actually. And it's really kind of, it's talking about the manifestation that we're talking about. It's like, this isn't really about the fated or ordained plan for your life. It's more about your thoughts, your actions, your feelings, everything that you're sending out into the cosmos and that are just spiraling back to you. When this card appears, you're being encouraged to move into a state of surrender. And where you recognize that, yes, your intentions have an impact on the creation of your life, but how the intentions unfold is not down to you, but in the hands of God. So it's like you are in co-creation. So the divine plan is your intentions unfolding in a way that God / the universe feels is for your growth and highest good. Know that every experience you have been through has been a way marker on your journey towards growth and expansion, and your angels are acknowledging your growth. Don't try to force anything. Often what isn't happening, we become frustrated when it's not happening. I can relate. And when your ideas or plans go wrong, trust the universe has a greater plan for you. It's like what is for you will never pass you by. What is for you will never pass you by, and rejection is God's protection. The great plan isn't something that has already been chosen for you. It's more of a culmination of all of your life's intentions, prayers, and actions washing back to you. Call on your angels to light up the path ahead. You may feel you're facing the unknown, but know you are always guided and protected. So I've already decluttered the house. I'm definitely unaware what I'm holding on to or resisting. Do you feel like there's something? And if not, that's okay. You got regeneration reversed, but I always say, take what works for you, take what speaks to you, take what, it's all channeled, but it's for your intuition to process. I'm talking about decluttering because that is totally where I am right now, and just creating more space. It's another one of the laws. It's like we hear about law of attraction all the time, but we don't really think about, I think it's, I'm forgetting the name of the exact law, but essentially it's like when something's removed from a space, something needs to come into it. It's perfect that you've decluttered to bring in the babe. And then when we set our intention, that's when the right thing can come in. So it's very powerful to set these specific intentions for ourselves. So I think a beautiful thing you could do is just to say, this is how I want to feel. This is how I want to be there for family. This is how I want to care for myself. This is how I want to love on myself. These are my intentions. The intentions is where I'm going to take action out of every day. Hi, Annie. She needs attention. She actually, I think Josh just fed her. So those are your messages. And yeah, if you think there might be something you're holding on to, just feel into it. There's no need to rush anything. You'll figure it out. You know. You feel. So next, say hi if you're hopping on. Let me know if you would like a card. Okay, Carla is next. Sorry if you hear that. That's my cat. So you received yang, which is more of the masculine energy. It's more, we have the yin, we have the yang. The yin is the receiving, the flow, the allowing. The yang is the let's get it done. Let's be productive. Let's be active. Typically, I like to err on the side of the feminine because I've been so conditioned to act in the masculine as is much of society. But maybe it's just time for you to take action in the direction you want to go, but maybe you've been resisting, maybe you've been procrastinating or delaying. And then milk and honey. And I just feel like this is such an abundant card. It's such like a, you want it, you have it card. You want it, you got it. So yang, I don't feel like I need to read too much on. The masculine principle of movement and creative activity, the power to make things happen and taking action. So it's definitely around taking action somewhere for you. There's no reason to hesitate, it's saying. So milk and honey, I'm going to read. The taste of prosperity, opportunities born of authenticity, nurturing abundance, trusting that your needs will be met. So it's like if there's any hesitancy, there's been a lot of talk around money. There's been a lot of talk around abundance tonight, and that makes sense with manifestation. I also, before I forget, want to make sure I put this banner at the bottom. Oops, that's not a bottom. Well, it is the bottom. It's just not scrolling. Okay. Super high production value of the show. I wanted to put that because I am hosting a women's retreat at the end of September, and this is absolutely one of the things we're going to focus on is feeling worthy of prosperity, finding the prosperity in our lives, coming into this retreat feeling any number of ways, feeling tired, feeling disconnected from self, feeling just like maybe you're not living your best life, overwhelmed. And when we come here, we're just going to connect back to who we are, who we've always been, and who we always will be. So it's at a discounted price right now. And I'd love for you to check it out. Let me know if you have questions. But the only age restriction is 21 and up, really. And it's open to any interested women. So I would love to have any one of you there. This one's for ladies only. Sorry, guys. Ladies only for this one, but I wanted to share. Okay. So trust your needs will be met. You've entered a sweet time in your life, enjoying the land of milk and honey that everyone wants to experience. It's an interlude that feels more languid than ambitious when all your senses are awake to the unlimited possibilities in the universe. These times are precious and only come when you're in your authentic zone, wearing the world as a loose garment, not wanting yet able to be nourished in ways both tangible and subtle. Abundance is an energy that you are a living part of. All your needs are being met. All of them. Look at the areas in your life where all your needs are being met. You are given the gift of nourishment in every form. Prosperity message. There's only one authentic you. This version of yourself is spirit's emissary in the world. When you're in alignment with the truth that you are a unique expression of the divine, your ego can rest and your soul can illuminate in your purpose. And that's why I felt called to mention the retreat, because this is what the retreat is. It's the remembrance of us. It's not the remembrance of what the world thinks we are, or the remembrance of what our ego thinks we are, or that's a loud car, or the worries, the doubts, the restrictions, the fears. It is who we are. It is our fullest expression of self. Now is the time when you're seeking your true north. When you find this direction, you automatically step into prosperity, and the world brings you evidence of abundance. Miracles are a choice and a way of seeing the world. It's a perspective. Miracles are happening at every moment, big and small. With every choice you make right now, you have the potential to seize good fortune and embrace your destiny. Opportunities will lead you to your best life now. Be open to them. You're getting a sweet taste of what you want. So that's a pretty positive. It basically is like, take the action to be your authentic self, to stepping into your authentic power. Even if you feel fear, you're going to feel fear. Do it anyway, and you're going to get everything that you want. So I don't know if there's something you're thinking of doing, wanting to do, your soul's pulling you in a certain direction, but it's definitely a hell yes. Melanie says, I'm at the hospital with the baby. So many more coming to me, and I feel good. I'm focused on the present. Ugh, good. Present moment. I think boundaries is huge. Boundaries is huge for all of us, and especially for you right now, Melanie. Boundaries. Yeah, that might be, if you're a people pleaser, me and Moosey know, recovering people pleasers all the way, and you want to be there for everyone and you want to make everyone happy. Boundaries, it's so powerful to step into your own energy and say what you need. Meow, meow. Yeah, Annie, I guess, got bored. So Carla, let me know if that speaks to you. Okay, next. Lori. And just so everyone knows for okay, so I have Lori and then I had, then Mary Beth. Lucy, for the retreat, just so you know, it's at a discounted price now, and that price is held if you just make a $100 deposit, and that there's payment plans and all that good stuff. So I just didn't want you to think you have to pay in full if you're interested in coming. It's just that deposit holds your spot. Okie dokie. Lori. Okay. What does Lori need? Okay, there's just a card sitting here and I'm yin. Okay, so this is perfect because Carla got the yang. Maybe you guys should meet. And obviously, this is just Spirit's message for now, for what is most beneficial for you now. It's not like you always have to be in either of these energies. There's a reason why we have the masculine and the feminine. It's not about women or men. It's about the energies that we all have. And so Lori right now, or Carla right now, is getting more of the message to take action. And Lori, you are getting the relax into it message. This one is, in my opinion, a little more difficult, and this is one I work on cultivating all of the time. It is more of the allowing. It is the trusting. It's the identifying how we want to feel and leaning into that instead of forcing, instead of working really hard. It's the caring for ourselves, taking the break, taking the bath. And like I said, it's not that Carla should not be like relaxing and taking a bath right now, because you should do that too. But it's the, have you been trying to push or force something? Have you been working really hard at something and kind of wondering, okay, why is it not happening? The second you can step into a state of trust and alignment and knowing that Spirit's going to bring that to you, that you're taken care of, that everything's going to be okay, that's when it can come. So how can you allow yourself to be taken care of? Kind of want to pull one card from this deck. They were like, orange deck. I'm like, oh, okay. Nope. Lori. Whoa. Okay. So we got manifestation in reverse. It just kind of flipped out, which just means maybe you're wanting something to come through. Okay. Earth and ground. And we got friendship and union. Okay. So something with relation. The earth and ground card keeps falling on the ground. So I'm feeling you going in your backyard or taking a walk, going to a park and sitting and grounding into the earth, taking some breaths, allowing your mind to slow, not forcing, I'm feeling racing mind. I'm feeling trying to sort out a problem. And then whatever you are intending to come, connecting to the earth, connecting to trust, and leaning into that and allowing that to really come to you. It's a practice I've been working with more and more, and it really is the ebb and flow between that and the action. It's not that we need to be sitting around meditating all day, but we also don't need to be working 24 hours a day and forcing. It's that natural give and take. And I'm feeling like if you're just feeling like maybe you had a stressful week, maybe you're feeling a little ungrounded, ground your feet in the earth. It is so, so helpful. It's medicine. Carla says, trying to change or start something new, healthier. Yes, girl. That is it then. That is it. And it is like, do not stop. It is the action that you are taking that feels good for you. Don't stop. Focus on you. Focus on you. That is so good. That, like, the second I just read that, it was like a hell yes. And not from a space of like, I need something to happen, or I need to lose a ton of weight, or I need like the forcing energy. It's like, I'm caring for myself. I have compassion and love, genuine love and respect for myself. And that's why I'm doing that. Covering people pleaser, good at saying no or what I need. Good. Yeah. Continue to work on it. It is like a huge, because it's a trauma response. It's not that we've needed to, everyone's been through different levels of trauma in their life, but it is I need to stay safe because I need this person to like me and be in my life and be happy response. And I've been working on it a lot as well. Okay. So last is Moosey. That's so funny. This ground card keeps going to the ground. Get out in nature. I'm feeling for Lori. So where are you forcing things in relationships? That can be any relationship. And where can you ground back into the earth and surrender? Send a little prayer out and say, help show me the way. That's hysterical. So I pulled this card for Moosey. Lori says, I will be totally grounded the next 2 weeks. I'll be sitting at the lake crocheting, nothing else on my mind. Perfect. When we come home, I'll be doing a new health plan, and I'm so excited about. Amazing. It's just so funny, the timing of this, to the sea. And this person is not crocheting, but it almost looks like she could be. It's like a little fairy in a boat. Serendipitous. Okay, so Moosey. Being in flow, returning to source, recognizing how pieces fit together, a natural pattern of events. Isn't it wonderful when you feel yourself in the flow of life, when events and conditions seem to engage you in a way that is fluid and effortless? This card reminds you that going with the flow is exactly what you need to do right now. Ride the wave of opportunity formed by perfect conditions. Allow trust and faith to guide you forward as you flow like a river into the sea of life. Everything seems to work out when you stop scrambling and allow the sea of opportunities to wash over you and wake you up to your most prosperous potential. To get into that flow, you need to address your beliefs about abundance and money. Guys, how many times is abundance and money going to come up tonight? Oh my gosh. The true meaning of your personal currency lies in your skills, your talents and beliefs, and most importantly, your core beliefs. Everything flows from your inner world. Everything is internal and is reflected in the outer one. When grateful to serve, you align with your prosperity consciousness. With a higher consciousness, you can expect miracles. Everything you need will come to you easily. That's what I'm definitely feeling for you right now, like flow, which is perfect since we're talking about manifestation. So the biggest thing I want to close with is for manifestation. I'm learning more about human design. It's quite fascinating. And you can look up your chart. It's free. You might not know what any of it means, but the one thing that I can tell you is if you put in all your information, time of birth, everything, you look at the 4 arrows at the top of the chart, the one on the right side, right bottom side. If it's pointing left, it means you're a specific manifester. If it's pointing to the right, it means you're a non-specific manifester. Here's what this means. This is what it means to me. Specific manifestors like to get into the specificities. Let's say you want a car, the color, the kind of seats, the kind of bells and whistles. every single thing about that car, the house. I want this number of bedrooms. I want my backyard like this. I want to be on this exact street. I want to be overlooking the ocean. Non-specific manifestors, which is me, get into the emotion, the feeling of how you're going to feel when you receive the thing. Receiving the thing isn't really as important to us. Like money, like it's great. We need money, but it's not necessarily the money. It's the feelings that come. And feelings are, truly, I think one of the most powerful things in the world. And that's why I love generating emotions on purpose. But if you go to like jovianarchive.com or just type in free human design chart, take a look. Maybe you even know what you are as I'm saying this. Vision boards are great. But if your vision board is kind of like, and you're more into, I want to just visualize me being in that moment, the feelings. I don't really care about what comes up in my life. I just care about how it makes me feel. I don't need to be, the CEO of X, Y, or Z, or have $100,000 salary, or those things. You just care about how you feel. So let me know if you looked that up. I have been finding it really fascinating, and I'm getting certified in it. So I'm going to be able to read charts, which is awesome, to help my clients even further. So thank you, everyone. Check out the women's retreat. If it calls to you, share it with friends and family. So excited for it. I've never hosted a weekend-long retreat before, and I'm partnering with an incredible person. So it'll be great. And yeah, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I hope you guys have a beautiful Friday night. I hope you have a beautiful weekend, and I will talk to all of you soon. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you so much for joining Card Pulls and Coffee with Lindsay. Every episode is a joy sprung from a tree of life. We hope you'll join us next Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Remember to share and like and follow. Until next week, let the stars you follow keep you safe.
You've been listening to WLFE-DB.com, where our shows are your shows.